What's up, family? This is all the rap. Back at you with another one. I got a special guest here with me today. Oh my God, she's a business mentor, author. I mean, she got a lot of hats, a lot of things going on for herself. Uh, I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to try to say your last name. It's
Okay,
Rachel.
try it. Try it. Let me see if you can do
Okay,
it.
it's Rachel
Yeah.
Logie.
Yeah,
Oh, I
no,
got it
no,
right.
you said it
Oh
right.
shit. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah. You
It's
got it.
Rachel Lowe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's here with us here on all the rap. And, I did want to get into a little bit how you got started.
Hmm.
Just within like writing, like getting into books. Period. Like, was you a reader at first, and you just was like, you got excited, got inspired, and want to write your own, or
Right. So that's a actually really interesting question.
mm,
I wasn't really a reader and I wasn't really a writer
that's
either.
crazy.
But
That's crazy.
one day I was actually at work and I had just gotten through a financial crisis and I'm
Mm.
like, yo, how could I like write this out and share this with somebody else?
Oh, okay.
And I just wrote and then that birthed the first book.
Damn. That's crazy. So you just got your pad and you just started
Yeah,
like going in and
I
like,
was in Microsoft Word and I'm just at work and I'm typing and I'm going and I realize I start building chapters. I'm like, okay, I'm
mm,
going somewhere with this. And by the end of my 8 hour shift, I pretty much had a rough draft for like a 30 or 40 page book.
damn. So did you do any like research on, like, did you go on Google like how do I write a book, or do you just went straight into like on the Microsoft and just started like
I
typing?
didn't look at any research. I just knew I had a message. I knew I had something to say.
Mm,
And I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to transform this into a book, but let me just at least start writing it out.
mm,
And that's pretty much where I came from. And then further down the line, I had got some resources from a lady and I kind of reached out to her because she was an author. And I'm like, hey, I got this rough draft. How do I get it edited? How do I get it copyrighted? And how do I get it online? And she gave me all the steps. And after the first book, I just
you
started
just
going
kept
ham.
going. You started going
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
She got bit by the bug. She got bit by the the author bug.
I know, right?
So it's good. So this first book was,
It was called High on the Hog Financial Progress. It's on Amazon.
which y'all could go get that. I don't
Yes.
know. Yeah, I mean, but damn. So like, the first book. So that, I guess, the financial, like, you were just like going, like what you was going through, just like when you got through it, it just made you like, man,
Yeah, like I
I
need
need
to
to
tell
do something.
somebody
Like, yeah, I
this.
need it,
Yeah.
cause I know it's a lot of people who go through, financial, things that put, every day, like, cause it's hard out here. You feel what I'm saying?
It
It's definitely
is.
hard out here, but like, for, for the average person trying to make something happen, like, so yeah, I mean, that's what's up. So what was the next book? What was the, cause she got a lot of them, and y'all, I'm
I
telling
have
you, wait,
6.
oh my, see, she got six.
So for the second one, it was actually a sequel to High on the Hog Financial
Okay.
Progress. So I was like, if I'm gonna give a book to people about creating financial freedom, I need to
Mm-hmm.
give them a planner.
All right.
Because we can tell people how to do stuff, but sometimes we kind of leave people with information and we don't really lead them with it. So
Mm.
I created a planner to go with High on the Hog. So it's called High on the Hog Financial Planner. So that was the second thing that I created, and that's also on Amazon too. But I just didn't want to leave people hanging. Like, that was my
Yeah.
thing. It's like, yeah, you could tell somebody right now, I could tell you how to make $1 million, and you might can give them the information, but sometimes you really gotta hold people's hands so they really can get to where they need to get to.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's like, it's so much information out here, and it's hard, like, for a person to be able to like put it to,
And dissect what's
yeah,
real,
dissect
what's fake.
everything.
It's like, it's
Yeah,
so much.
yeah.
It's
So
so
for you
much.
to make a planner, and to make this book, we gonna get it to this book, like this guided course, this book right here, like it even helped me, and I wanted to tell you that personally.
Thank you.
Like, so
You're actually the first person to get a copy of
yeah,
it before it was actually
I'm
published.
so mad. Like, I'm on a ride over here, right? I'm on a ride. I'm like, why the fuck I didn't bring that? Because I wanted to show people.
It's
like,
okay.
This is the, yeah.
And that's the unpublished. So there's actually more added to it after I gave it to you. So
Damn,
you'll see it when you look through this one. Yeah, there's more added to it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So like, just to wrap up on the hog planner. So what are the like the steps, I guess, the planner, like how, like give the people like a little snippet of.
Oh, what's
like,
inside the planner?
What's inside the planner?
So
yeah.
basically, inside the planner, it's like literally just tracking. So you could track your budgeting, your saving, your bills, what you're spending, what's going out, what's coming in. And then I think there's a portion in there, mind you, this was like years ago.
Yeah,
I think there's a portion in there that helps you to kind of track your debts too. Because a lot of people don't understand that credit plays a big role in finance and stuff like that. So it kind of helps you to track your debts and your subscriptions and stuff like that we don't really be paying attention to, but they just coming out of our account, out. But if we pay more attention, then we'll know where our money's going, what we need to cut back on, what we need to add, etc. So it's basically, honestly, it's not like a book to read. It's literally like a financial planner. Everything you can think about in terms of budgeting, tracking, and saving.
And I know damn well y'all motherfuckers need that. I know y'all need it. I know for a fact y'all need it, because I know I need it. Because like lately I really been on like and like into like my budgeting and stuff like that, and really trying to figure out where the holes at in my in
your money,
in my money, like you know what I'm saying, because you'll be like, damn, I made this much. Why the fuck I only got
exactly?
Like,
but that's what made me write the book.
Yeah.
That's literally what made me write the book, because at the time I was making $40,000 a year. That's like your median average salary. That's the typical salary. And I'm like, okay, well, I counted out all my rent for. That came up to like $12,000 at the time for the year. Now it's like my phone bill, like $50 a month. That's $600 for the year. When I counted out all my necessary expenses, it was only like 18 bands. So I said, well, where the hell is $22,000 going every single year?
Right. And you be like, yo, like, you like,
what are you doing?
What? I'm like, there's no way in hell that my Netflix, all that, like, where? No,
it's like $50,000.
Yeah,
like how did
no
yeah.
way. So
true.
Yeah, so it is. It's so important to really have it on paper, like look at
so you can see.
Yeah, like where your money going and stuff like that, so you would know. Okay, you be like, man, I don't need that Netflix account, or I don't need that.
Or let me hold off for 6 months so I could pay $50 towards this debt, and then I could start watching Netflix again, or whatever the case may be. And you'd be surprised when you really start looking at your money, because what happened to me was I was paying a car off, and it was just like making me so upset, because when I realized how much interest we put into stuff, I was like, dog, I gotta pay this car off like this year.
Right.
And I was like, okay, if I make 40,000, 22,000 or 18,000 comes out in bills, let me figure out how, and at least 2,000-3,000 in taxes, let me figure out how out of 17,000 I can at least find 10. And I made a plan, and I made a formula. I paid my car off, and that's what made me write the book, because I'm like, yo, I gotta show people how I did this.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of people, they just go through it. When they got that car loan, they got the mortgage, they got mortgage or rent, they got these things. They just pay it. They don't really. It ain't.
They're
it's
not
just
paying
like
attention.
they're not paying attention. Where if they if they paid attention, they know that, okay, I need to sacrifice. I need to sacrifice the things that are truly, I want. Like, you feel me? I
Exactly.
need to, I need to for the shit that I need. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, and I can, I could probably get that later, but, yeah, like, so, like, yeah, you get that planner, the hog, you mean, get it.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. If you look at my name, you'll see all of my books. It's Rachel Loague. So the moment you look it up, you're going to see High on the Hog Financial Progress. You're going to see the planner, and then all the other books that we probably getting ready to talk about right now.
Yes, because we're going to run it down.
Let's go.
Because she got so much game, like, oh my God. So she got so much game in her books, and one of these books I'm gonna make book of the week. It's probably, You know,
My
since she
my
got the
last
physical
one, you
copy,
gotta
you're right.
make the next one the book of the week. We gonna
All
talk
right.
about that one though. We gonna talk about
No,
that.
I want to talk. Yeah, that was last. You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
probably gonna talk about
About
this
this
one
one,
next.
okay.
So, but I
Got you. Yeah,
I
yeah,
want that
yeah.
one to be last because I feel like we
It's really
probably
good.
it's really good, and like you talking about the mind and your mind stuff like that.
Yes,
So like that, I
yes.
figured we gonna have like a long like you feel
Along,
so we
yeah, I
gonna
got you. I got you. I got
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about the next one that you you came up with, you wrote and stuff like that.
So after those two books, I actually wrote a book about weight loss.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like a little bit of information in the beginning, and then towards the end of the book, it's like a weight tracker for people who are struggling with weight loss. Because for the longest time, I was heftier than I wanted to be. After I had my first two kids, I just could not lose weight. And once I figured out and conquered how to lose it or how to start losing it, again, I used my experience and I put it into a book to share with somebody else who might be going through the same thing.
Yeah, that's love because a lot of people don't do that. It's like, man, they lose that motherfucking weight. They
They
be
don't
on
wanna hear
the
from
gram. They
nobody.
don't give a fuck because
Right.
they so on the like to show people like, yo, I did this shit. Like you feel what I'm
But it's
saying?
like,
And it's
how
like
did you do it?
right,
That's what
but
we want to know. How?
right. You know,
Yes.
and that's good that you put it on paper, like
For
somebody
sure.
for somebody to be able to read that and be like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
she did it that way. All right, I'm gonna try to do that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to make it happen like that. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a
Yeah.
good thing. That's definitely a good thing. So for all the people that's
Struggling with weight
struggling with
loss.
weight loss and
It's called 99 Problems, but my weight ain't one.
oh man. Oh man, you feel what I'm saying? Real
Yes.
shit. So
Yep.
yeah, y'all get that definitely.
For sure.
So what's next?
So the fourth book, let me tell you how this
The
came
fourth.
about.
She going. Let's go.
I don't remember the name of it. Do not kill me. That's
you
crazy,
good.
right? I wrote the book, but I don't remember the name of it.
It's a
It's a kid's book. I'm gonna tell you why I don't really remember it, because it was a challenge for myself. I was like, I want to challenge myself that by the end of my 10-hour shift, because at the time I was working nights, that I could write a children's book about money. I was like, I just want to teach kids like what nickels mean, what dollars mean, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I literally wrote the book, used Canva, put a whole bunch, like little graphics and stuff. And I published the book that same night on Kindle.
damn. And shit, you could talk about that a little bit. You can give them the game on that a little bit because like people don't even understand that you could put together, a book and
Really quickly.
Yeah,
It don't
so-
take much. It doesn't take long. My goal was like, the thing is, yeah, I can make a lot of stuff for adults, but we also got to cater to our generation that's coming up too.
Oh yeah.
Ain't nobody really doing nothing for our
No.
youth for real. Like, people starting to fall off, and our kids are so important because they're going to be the next ones to,
Right.
carry our legacies and stuff. So it's
Exactly.
like, I feel like in terms of money, when I was growing up, we wasn't learning about no damn money.
Fuck no.
It was
I thought money was
geometry.
white. Say no, real shit.
I thought I
dog.
was learning about geometry, algebra, calculus. I was just like, dog, and I'm still trying to figure out when the hell are we gonna use that shit?
Right.
Because we don't even use that.
And
We should have been learning about credit. We should have been learning about finances,
Business.
interest rates, business in high school. These were the pivotal things we should have been learning about. Nobody wasn't teaching us that.
right.
And so I'm like, well, what if I could be a game changer? I know I can't do it for everybody, but if I could put a book out there that could reach more hands than my mouth could reach.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? That can go all over the world. It could be international.
Exactly.
Believe it or not, when I released that book, which is interesting, my top sellers were in India. Like, so the Indians was trying to get on game about learning about American money.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's shit. That's more than interesting. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, seriously, like motherfuckers in other countries like trying to picking up the game, but for real, I think that every family should be a part of like the family, like you
The
feel what I'm saying?
infrastructure, yeah.
it should. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Like as they growing up, they should, you feel what I'm saying, know about numbers, and as they get older, it just get
I agree.
more and more information. Like because like shit, like once they go high, like say if the parents had insurance, you feel what I'm saying, and then the parents go, what the kids ain't gonna know what to do with the money. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you know,
I mean, I was in that position because when my mom went, she left behind money, but I promise you that money really did last for me because she taught me how to manage my money. So she left money behind, and it was a sad situation, but I was able to set myself up for success for the future.
Right.
Had I not known, I would have squabbled that.
Yeah, because that's what. Yeah, that's. I mean, because if you don't know what to do and you got so much, it's like.
You just do whatever you
want.
Like,
fuck, like whatever you want. You feel like, man, fuck it, man.
I
give
did
me that
splurge a little bit. I can't lie, but I was
yeah.
also responsible at the same time. Yeah.
Oh, that's love. That's love. That's definitely love. So let's we not gonna do it in order. Let's talk about this one. Let's talk about the.
Oh, this is fifth.
Yeah. Oh,
so we still in order.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was right. You know, but this one right here. This masterpiece right here, this helped me out a little bit. This with the little bit that she get, you know, like I said, I got the unpublished copy, I guess, and like it, you know, me just like going like trying like step by step, like writing little stuff down. It really, it kind of like okay, it you know like gave me kind of like a
step process.
Process of
That's
what
why
to do.
I created it. Yeah.
So this book is starting your business from seed to plant. You feel what I'm saying? Wow, like tell us a little bit about this one. Yeah.
So again, you know, all of my books come from something that I went through. Okay. So I started over 4 businesses in the past, and they were successful, but they didn't. Like, they ain't hit after a while.
Okay.
And I'm just like, why do I keep starting businesses and they're not, like, flourishing? They're not. Like, where's the longevity here? Yeah. So I'm just like, what steps am I missing? Like, what am I doing wrong? So I was like, you know what? Cool. Before I start another business, I'm going to map it from step A to step Z because, like, I got to make sure that this is really going to flourish and this is really going to stay this time. Because I had businesses. I was getting sales. Things was happening. Flop. And then I got another business, sales is happening, flop. One of my most successful businesses I had was called Angelia's Bloom, and I used to sell beard oil like crazy. Yes, I was a woman selling beard oil to men, and I mean, I just kept selling out, but I didn't understand certain processes within business, so it made it hard for me to keep my business open. So I'm like, what if I could create something that'll help me and then help other people who want to start a business or who are in business but might be kind of like unsure, well, where do I go from here? I know I got the name of my business. I know I got the idea. I know I got the logo, but what do I do with that?
Right.
I'm like, okay, so, you know, and so I just formulated this whole book that kind of went from step A to step Z, from developing your idea, evaluating your idea. Like, do it even make sense? Like, yeah, I might want to start a lemonade business, but what's going to make me unique? What's going to make me different from everybody else who sells lemonade? Does it make sense? Do I need to start an orangeade business instead and be different? You know what I'm saying? So it was basically like a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but yeah, I mean, after writing for about a year, I concocted that book. That was actually the longest book that took me, right? It took me a year to write that whole entire book.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like shit, like I guess like with that time, you know, like you need that time to really like come up with something like this because yo, man, like I don't see. It probably is other things like this out there, you know, but like I don't really see nobody. It's more reading. Yeah, it's more reading. Like this one, you gotta you
gotta do the work.
Yeah, you have to do the work. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like it's your business, so and you then gotta write. It steps in there. You had to do. And it's like easy for you to kind of like you feel what I'm saying?
To figure it out and like lay it out. Because like you said, sometimes we get a lot of information. Yeah, we could go to Google right now. How to start a business? Okay, file an LLC, do this and do that. Okay, but how do we do that?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we break that down into manageable steps so I can actually do it? Because it's a lot of people out here who got bomb-ass ideas. I know people who got cool designs. They want to do T-shirts. That's my phone going at it. They want to do T-shirts. They want to do all this stuff, but they don't know what to do with their idea. They got it. It's all in their head. They got it mapped out as to what color shirt they wanted on, how they wanted to look like. But it's like, okay, well, who do I go to manufacture it? You know, how do I compare pricing? How do I do packaging? How do I tell people that I got a bomb-ass shirt? Marketing.
Right.
How do I tell them that
Yeah, how do
I
I
got
get
this
my
bomb
stuff
ass
out
clothing
there?
line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's so many components that people miss about business, and I'm like, let me just put it in a book. I'm just gonna put it in a book.
Which y'all need, y'all. Oh my God. All right, so all right, put this one. If y'all gonna get all the other, put this one first. Like
I
definitely,
agree.
if you're trying
Yep.
to like, if you have a business already, or if you're trying to start a business, like this is the book. I'm telling you, like get this one first. Like, and then
Agreed.
you get all the other ones, but you get this one first. You know what I'm
I
saying?
would say
Because
so too.
on there, when here, she got it on like one of the pages where it talk about like I guess the colors that you use for your logo,
Even
like
down to the
down to that, like
colors.
down to the
Yeah.
colors that you use. 'Cause that's really important.
It
You
is
feel what I'm
because
saying?
it's what attracts and draws people. You don't want to have something that's going to repel somebody because it's going to make them harder to even be interested. You got to think
Right.
about it. You could tell me right now, Rachel, I got something that I want you to check out. I got a book or whatever.
Right.
Just by looking at it, I can be like, all right,
Yeah.
I don't know if I really. It's like that person's already getting a negative connotation with
Yeah.
your product
'Cause
if you
people
don't have
judge-
the appropriate coloring.
People judge off appearance.
Yeah, it's
so-
psychological.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
mind.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's and that's crazy. Like
Yeah, like you got the red hat on.
Yeah.
That screams like, "Look at me!"
Yeah.
Like that's like it's an emergency. It's red.
Yeah.
It's hot. Like let me see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably the reason, probably why I chose that. But
Yeah, that's
I can't skip-
That
No,
probably is why you chose red.
But yeah, definitely though. But this, I mean, it's like we could talk about it like a little bit more about like, okay, so, let's give them something to take away from this. So, what is a few steps that you can say that if a person wanted to start a business right now, what is a few steps that they can start off with?
I say the very first thing is just making sure you're mentally ready, which we'll talk about next. But making sure you're mentally ready first, because a lot of us get excited for 2 weeks and then after that we don't give a fuck no more.
Right.
So make sure it's something that you want to do. The next thing is make sure you map it out correctly before you even launch, before you even put it online. Map it out. How is it gonna go? If you're providing a service, how is your service supposed to look? So if I had a cleaning company, how are my cleaners gonna show up to the cribs?
Right.
Are they coming in a nice shirt? Are they offering something to, the customer? Make sure you kind of can see your vision before you implement that. So as soon as you launch, you kind of know how things are going. So I would say definitely making sure you're mentally ready first, definitely seeing your vision. Then you want to look at your finances. Are you doing business, like, is your business going to make sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to make sure you're profiting. I've had a business where I was selling stuff and I was paying more for the stuff that I was getting and selling it for less. That don't make any sense.
Right.
That's not a business.
Right.
You're like
You give
giving
it
away
as well.
stuff.
You give that shit as well.
That's a giveness.
Yeah.
So you want to start a business or a giveness?
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure you get all of that situated. And then I'd say make sure you're marketing. Marketing is the biggest thing that people flop on.
Yeah, because that's what's going to get you.
It don't matter how good your product is. You could have the bombest edge control, the best lemonade, the best t-shirt. If nobody don't know about it, ain't nobody gonna buy it. You
Right.
gotta perfect your marketing. You gotta know how you come in. You gotta come in hot. You gotta kind of stay up with the trends, paying attention to social media. You also gotta kind of be weird and stand out too. If you've seen a lot of the people who go viral, it's from doing like outlandish things. So
yeah.
it's like you kind of got to pay attention to the trends, what's going on around you. You don't have to be like everybody else, but just make sure you're marketing. And then finally, be consistent.
Yeah.
Be consistent.
Yeah.
Do you think, like I tell people, Walmart is open every day. If a soul didn't walk in there, them doors gonna be open from the time they open to the time they supposed to close. You have to show up for your business every single day.
Right.
There's days when I've had no orders at all, but you better believe I'm online like, hey, this is Rachel with the Rachel 123, check me out.
Seriously,
You have to keep promoting.
Yeah.
You got to keep repping, because when people see that you're consistent, eventually they'll be like, man.
Because
okay.
it might be somebody that like that see it, the first time they probably like, well, it's okay, and then they go past or whatever, and then they see it again. It's like, oh, that's just the same as the motherfucking the billboards. Like you ride past that shit, you be like, you see it, and you be like, all right. You ride past the game, you be like, oh shit. Then next thing you know, you sliding up the fucking Chick-fil-A, or you going to McDonald's, or you
Right.
going because
You've seen it.
Yeah, you
It's
seen it. It's
processing in your head. So,
yeah.
fun fact, y'all, it takes the average person 21 times to see something before they're interested in it.
Yeah.
So y'all got some game.
Yeah, so that's just that ties into that consistency that you have to be on. You feel what I'm saying? In order to get your shit rocking. And I'm starting to realize that shit for myself. So that's why I'm really putting the energy in to all the rap and really trying to get this thing going the right way. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, so y'all see how much game that's in this,
Yes.
seed the plant. You feel what I'm saying? Like seed the plant. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right, because you can't start with a plant.
From
you gotta start
idea
it.
to the motherfucking big business. You feel what I'm saying? That's
Exactly.
basically what it is. That's basically what she's saying here. So yeah, I mean let's talk about before I say that. Go get this book, please.
Yes, this one is on Amazon, but I would say it's double the price on Amazon. On my website, it's www.therachelway123.com. I actually also have a guided course where I actually read the book to you. So you don't have to get a physical copy. If you want me to read it to you, I can read it to you. So you can also grab that as well, and it's half the price. So
yeah I mean, why not? You feel what I'm saying? So she get to read it, and you get to do the shit as she reading it.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying?
Makes your life easier.
Yeah, makes it easy. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah. So let's talk about this last one. One you just put together.
Yes.
So
that is my mental metamorphosis.
Yeah.
And what inspired this book is I actually had read a book called The 12-Week Year. And this was by Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington. I had to make sure I get their names right. Because me and Michael Lennington are friends now. But they wrote this book where they basically wrote this concept of how a lot of us waste a lot of our time. In the beginning of the year, we'd be like, oh, this is my New Year's resolution.
This shit. Yeah.
And then December 31st, you'd be like, I'm going to do it next year.
Yeah.
And that's like stupid because we waste our time. And so what they do is they created this infrastructure, and really it's not even for really like just people per se. It's really for business. So they create this infrastructure for businesses where you basically would do what you would do in 1 year, but do it in 12 weeks. So if I say, all right, for the year I want to learn Spanish, learn it in 12 weeks instead. So you give yourself this space of...
That's hard as fuck, but y'all can do it.
It's possible.
I'm trying to learn right now. So like,
it's possible. So the first 90-day journey that I did, all I wanted to do was have a mental transformation.
Okay.
I had for the longest, I've battled with like a negative mindset because of depression and anxiety. It's not because I'm a negative person, but when you struggle with depression and anxiety, those things will tell you, no, you can't do it. Like, you can't. And I was just like, you know what? I know I'm a positive person. I know I got potential. So I'm going to take the next 90 days to mentally transform myself. And I'm going to write about it. And I'm going to show people, that it can be done.
That's a great thing. And it's like a big part of that. Like a lot of us in our households, we don't get that that reassurance or that like because our parents, we probably grew up with parents that didn't get that. They didn't get that.
True.
You the shit, son. You the
yeah, not at all.
Like I love you. You could do whatever you want. You feel what I'm saying? Like we didn't get that. So like when we grow up as an adult, it's like we don't have it. We don't know. So when we half our mind is that like, yeah, I want to, I want to do this, but the other half, like, you can't do that shit.
Right.
Then is the big part about the people you hang around too. So if it's like, if they not on shit, you feel what I'm saying, and you got
not really
your mind is like your mind might be out of here. Like you thinking this shit, big shit. And you start sharing it with them. They like, no, you can't do that.
Can't do that.
Like, you ain't gonna be,
because they can't do that, but it doesn't mean that you can't. And the thing is, like, it was such a mind-blowing experience to see where I started at on day 1 and where I ended on day 90. Because when I started on day 1, I didn't have any expectations. Because remember, my mind was already like, okay, whatever, the hell with this, just gonna do a 90-day journey. And by the 30-day mark, literally the 30-day mark, I had been on TV, I had been on the radio, I had been on a podcast, I had released this book and had a book signing by then. My confidence had grown, my mental stability had grown, my mood had changed. I felt more powerful. I felt like, oh my God, I can actually do this for once in my life.
Yeah,
Because a
yeah.
lot of times, like, we just be stuck.
Yeah.
Like we be so stuck. You want to go forward, you want to do this, you want to do that,
Yeah.
but your
But
mind
your
just be
mind is
stuck.
just like,
You
I
like,
know, but I
how
know
the
what you're
hell
talking
do we
about.
get unstuck?
Yeah.
You know, but it was like, it was hard. 75% of the days I woke up, you'll see in that book, I was like, I hate this. Fuck today. Like, I
Yeah.
don't care about it. This is hard. How am I gonna work out? How am I gonna do this? It was such a hard process, and it showed me, dang, Rachel, you really been living your life this whole time like low key stuck.
But I wanna add on to that because a lot of people don't know the reason why they be stuck sometimes. The reason why you're stuck is because you got in the back of your mind, you got what you want to do, right? But you know what's going against that? Your habits. You feel what I'm saying? So like what kind of got me on that is like I read a book called the Atomic Habit. You feel what
Nice.
I'm
I've heard
saying?
about that one.
Yeah, so like, they talk about that a little bit. Like your habits create who you are. Like you feel what I'm
Most
saying? So
definitely.
yeah, so if you got like negative habits, so say if you bad with money, like you got a crazy, spending habit or
It's
whatever,
always gonna be
you'll
that
never
way.
be able to, like, you trying to be a millionaire, but you got bad habits with money. So it's
My
like
point exactly.
that'll
Yeah.
never be, you feel what I'm
You'll
saying?
never
So
get there
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because you've
So
created that habit. So it's so important to break bad habits too.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so that was also a part of the 90 days. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to wake up like this, but I know by the end of the day, I'm going to conquer what I set out to do. So we going to figure out how we going to get through all these blockages that's in my way.
Right.
It was literally like every day was like punching through walls. That's what it felt like every single day. I had to be so uncomfortable, like,
Yeah.
with myself. And you will be, because if you're used to doing something a certain way, or a certain, strategy that you've been using your whole life,
Yeah.
the moment you go against the grain, it's gonna be like, oh,
Yeah, you
my
gonna be like, no,
God.
like fuck it, like, you feel what I'm saying? That's the
This
same
is
way.
weird.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same thing. Like when you first start working out, you like, you go through the workout that next day. Then you wake up, your
You be
body
like,
be
nah,
like, you
I'm
be like,
good.
nah, I'm good. I ain't gonna fuck that
I'm
shit. But
straight.
it's like, it's a thing when you like, when you have that, because you gonna always have that thought when you first, when you about to go the next day. You gonna
Yep.
always be like,
You gotta
man,
fight
fuck.
it.
You gotta be like, you gotta still go. Like, even though, like, even
You
if
have
you
to
you
still
have to
make it.
still
Yep.
go, and if you every day you just still go, you gonna wake up one day, you gonna be like, you gonna be just going. Your mind is
it's
just
gonna
gonna
be a
like,
natural thing.
yeah,
Because
you feel what
after
I'm saying?
21 days, which is the number again, after 21 days, you start to form a habit.
Yeah.
So if you could just get yourself to that 21-day mark, you'll already be creating a new habit.
Yeah.
And this will obviously be a better habit because it'll be more positive for your future. So it was so much that happened in them 90 days, so much that threw me off track. But
Yeah.
it kind of taught me that, like, two things that we just can't change are like time and tragedy. We have no control over that.
Right.
We have no control over those two things. So you just really have to keep going regardless of what happens.
Yeah.
You got to keep moving. Like, you got to keep going towards your journey. Like, it was difficult. I lost friends on that journey. Because, the moment you start to change, I used to think it was so funny because I would see the memes all the time.
Yeah, you
I
see
was like,
the-
well, that
yeah,
never
you
happened to
see
me.
the- yeah.
And then it started happening to me, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
This is different.
Yeah. It's kind of like, it's weird. It's like damn, like, because in your mind you feel like you gonna be with these people for life, but it's like like when you start to do better stuff for yourself, and you see it, like you kind of like see the people, like, you feel, and you
Just
like,
going
damn,
away.
like, you
Like,
feel what I'm
wow,
saying?
yeah.
Like, you feel like, you like,
You think
damn.
these people are supposed to be there for you, but it's like, in that moment, you're not aligned with your true self. So the closer you get to aligning yourself,
Yeah.
the further you
Yeah.
drift away from these people. So
Yeah.
you might be over here and better is over there. And as soon as you start going to better, you leave them people where they're at. Sometimes people who are where you are in the beginning may be inspired by you, and they might catch up.
Yeah.
You might just inspire somebody. So, and that's the great thing about just learning about you, yourself, your mind.
Yeah.
Like, once you can just live for your own mind and do your own thing for you without anybody else's motivation. Listen, people think I'm funny because I don't watch motivational videos and stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you my reason why. Because I don't want to hear Steve Harvey telling me you need to get off your ass and do it. I just want to get up and do it.
Right.
I've reached that place in my mind. His message is for people who can't get up and do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've already reached a place where I don't got to hear that. You ain't got to tell me get up, Steve. I'm going to get up.
I'm going to get up. I'm going to get up. I'm already, you
You don't got to tell me that no more. My mind is ready now. So it's like, even if I don't feel like it, I fight that in my mind. Like, literally, I have this process that I wrote in the book, too. It says, when in doubt, kick it out, or something like that. So as soon as your mind tells you, oh, you can't be like,
nope. You're like, yeah.
No. So I'm feeding the homeless saying, no, you can't. Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
And I'm going to find a way to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get out there. It doesn't matter who's out there, what it takes. If I got to ask other people for help, I'm going to start asking and bring them on board. But you have to channel your mind. Because we are, like, our natural instinct is to be like, we can't. Yeah. That's why we held back. Because our natural instinct is no. Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, because kids have that. If you think about it, we have to train kids to do certain things because they're not fearful. Right. Kids will jump off the building if you let them, right?
No, real shit, yeah.
But we got to tell them no.
Yeah.
You know, and we start creating those behaviors in their head like, oh, well, I do want to do something. But I know my mom would be like, nah. Like, right. Yeah. And we do that, and it carries up into adulthood. And we just don't do things because we're like, nah.
And a big part of, like, the add on what she's saying, like, it say I forget where I read this at, but it's like we kind of gotta have our goals, but have a child's mind, like as we're going to the goals. Yeah, yes. Because a child's mind, like she just said, like they don't give a fuck, like you, and whatever they want, they like really, you know, they
gonna
like
get it.
Yeah, they gonna
and
get it
they're consistent about it. They want it. They don't care what you're talking about.
Yeah, we gotta.
I learned that a similar thing in acting class. So when I started acting class, they were like, oh. When you're in front of the whole, class and you're acting, pretend like you are butt naked and just go. And I was like, ugh, how can I do that? But I'm telling you, when you it's like you shed off all of that insecurity and everything. Because, obviously, if you were standing naked in front of somebody, that's it. Like, you don't have nothing else left to hide. You can't hide nothing about you. You're all there. There's nothing. You got to give it everything you got, because you have nothing to secure, you have nothing to safeguard you. So it's like, when I learned that technique, my confidence was like through the roof. Now I don't care what I look like on social media. I don't care if people be like, oh my god, one of her eyebrows, look, take this book.
Right,
I'm trying to show you, I don't give a damn what you think about me anymore, because I'm so secure in myself and my confidence. I don't care what it looks like to everybody else. I just want to help somebody else. And that's like where my mind is at, tunnel vision at.
Yeah, I mean, and you need that.
Yes.
You need that, because it's going to be like your mind is going to fuck with you.
It is.
One thing I wanted to add on to what she's saying is that like your mind is going to fuck with you. It's always, your mind is set up to keep you to keep you comfortable. So whatever, so if you trying to, say you've been one way your whole life, right? It's like your mind is set up like that's, you brush your teeth the same way, you tie the same shoe every morning. Everything is comfortable is how it's gonna be. Soon as you try to change that, your mind gonna be like, yo, no,
that's not how we tie it.
Ain't how we tie it. We tie it from the left first. When we brush your teeth with the left, you feel what I'm saying? Your mind is gonna do that to you. You feel what I'm saying? So in order, you just gotta keep brushing it with the right. You got to keep starting with your right
until
first.
It becomes until
it become now that's your new thing. That's your new.
And the more things you do, the better your mind is going to be at adapting to that change. Exactly. So you know what I did, because I'm scary as hell, right? So what I started doing was I started scheduling things and doing things I couldn't get out of, right? So one of the biggest things I did last year, I was like, man, I ain't never been to a foreign country. I booked a ticket to Dubai. The flight was 14 hours. I was like, I barely can make it to Texas on a 2.5-hour flight. How the hell am I going to do this?
Right.
But after spending $900, bitch, I'm getting on that fucking plane. Like, what you talking about? And when I started doing things that kind of forced me to not be able to back out, the more and more and more that I did that, was the more I became accustomed to just going for it. Like, dude, you was scared and you did it, but when you went, you enjoyed yourself. It was cool.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I can add on that, because I done been a lot of places myself. Like, yo, everything she just said, I went through the same exact shit. Like I did
Yeah.
the same exact shit. I started doing stuff myself. And once I started doing stuff myself, and when you get, like you said, when you get there, you get to these things, and you really enjoy yourself with
You like,
yourself, you
dang,
be like,
I've been holding myself back all this time.
like I don't need nobody to go to whatever. I don't
Yeah,
need,
you
because
just
I used to
needed
need,
you.
because I used to need people. I used to need people to, go out to the club with me, or I need people
Nah,
to
when you
go
go
to,
alone, it's
like,
so much more
I need a girl
rewarding.
to go to the movies with me, or I
Right.
need, like, you feel what I'm saying? So it's just
Just
like
go.
when I start doing these things myself, it's like, yo, like, you feel what I'm saying? It taught me a lot about myself. You feel what I'm saying? It taught me, you feel what I'm saying? Okay, dang, this what you like, this what you don't like, this what all this shit. You feel
Right,
what I'm
it
saying?
does. It's
And like,
that's that codependency though, because sometimes we'll get comfortable enough to do it, but then we still grip into something else. It might not be our mind, it might be a person. So we just
Right.
like, my mind says yeah, but I'm gonna put you along to the movies with me because I don't want to go by myself.
Right.
But the moment you can let go of people, thoughts, and
Right.
everything else, and you do it by yourself, you just like,
Right.
dang.
And then you become a new person. You start, like, your shit be different, because like you go from needing people to be around to being like, man, I don't need nobody to be around me. Like, and when you get like that, the person gotta be at a certain standard if
To get into your
to
corner.
get into
Yep.
your life, forget what you like. You feel what I'm saying? They gotta be at it. You gotta be like you. Today you gotta be like that. You gotta have a certain standard for motherfuckers.
You have to.
to be in your energy, to be around you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
So it's
people
like,
are draining. And the thing
Yeah.
is, you don't want to squander your energy that you work so hard to build up to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You work so hard to become this person. You don't want to just let anybody in your
Yeah,
space.
right, exactly,
Because
yeah.
you not finna come mess up my energy.
Right, real right.
I work hard to be this
Real
woman that I
shit.
am. So it's like, yeah, I don't know about you.
Real right.
You know, you got to vet people nowadays.
No, seriously,
do.
definitely.
I'm glad you was a good person.
Yeah. I'm a good fan. I try to be.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
feel what I'm saying? But no, I got a question though. I do got a question. I asked everybody this.
Okay.
So what is one thing that you would change about the industry that you in? It could be, whatever industry.
If there was one thing I can change about the industry I'm in, that's actually a really good, thought-wrenching question.
I know.
I guess the stigma that you have to be a certain type of person or a certain type of individual to do a business. People think that not anybody could do a business.
Right,
and I
right.
think that's incorrect. Just like I feel like people could say, you got to be a certain person to sing, or you got to be a certain person to do a podcast, for
Right,
example.
right.
I don't feel like that's true. I feel like everybody has their unique way in which they can bring their gift to life.
Right.
Even if it's not what you're used to seeing, everybody has different talents, different things they can do. So I think I just wish, just overall, not in my industry, that people just would start removing stigmas.
Yeah.
Because they look and they're just like, dog, well, I see lemonade all the time and it's yellow. There's no way that it could be orange. Like, yes, it can.
Right.
If I want to add food coloring and I want to make my lemonade orange, that's my damn business.
Right.
And it's going to taste just as good as the one that's yellow. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we could just remove that stigma so more people could feel comfortable operating in their gifts, I think that would be great.
Yeah, I mean that's spot on, because I know it's a lot of people who they be like, oh, I can't, like, they'll see somebody with like a tech business or something like that. They'll see a white person, being a CEO of a tech business and be like, oh no, I probably wouldn't be able to do that.
it's
You
like,
feel what I'm
yes,
saying?
you
Yeah, like
can.
they fall under just, oh, I just apply. I just apply for that job.
They
just
won't even
apply
try.
for-
They knock themselves out before they
Yeah,
give
you feel
themselves an
what I'm saying?
opportunity.
So-
I say at least try.
Yeah, at least
At least give it a
try.
shot.
Yeah.
It may not work out, but at least try.
Yeah. So I kind of adapted to that, and I just be trying. I try shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because one thing is gonna stick, and once it stick, then you could become that person. You could
sure.
become. I say that shit all the time. That anybody in this fucking room, we could have a Fortune 500.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Real, like, cause it's people with our skin. It's people, whatever.
And even
whatever,
if they weren't, we could be the first. We
Exactly.
could change the trajectory.
Exactly.
We don't we don't have to look at the other cultures and say, well, they're all doing it. I just don't think that's for us. Like, nah,
Right.
it is for us and we can do it.
Yeah, motherfucker. You can own a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin'
Yes, you
Donuts.
can.
You feel what I'm saying? It's
Yes,
not
you
just, you feel what I'm
can.
saying, or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? It's so much stuff out here that we can do, like, or we can blaze trails on some new shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Implement your own thing. You like Dunkin' Donuts, go create, a different version of that. Create some new flavors, some new coffees. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can be like just anybody you want to be out here. I just say, like, to anybody who's listening, don't let anybody stop you or tear down your dreams. And stop telling y'all dreams to people who don't care about them.
Yeah.
It was planted in your heart for a reason.
Yeah.
Because that's what knocks a lot of people off. They be like, you know what, y'all got this dream. I'm going to go tell my homeboy. I'm going to tell my homegirl. And they just like, nah. And you never act on that. And that could have been something that changed somebody's damn life.
Yo, like, yeah. I think
all because you told somebody.
Right.
Who
And
didn't
I think a lot of people like that's something that a lot of people go through. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of you like, there's so many motherfuckers that fucking die with shit that could have changed the world. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
All because of fear and then discouragement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's where the mental part comes in, because if your mind is strong enough, it don't matter what nobody say to you. That stuff don't matter because you confident in yourself. You're like, yeah, I could do it. For me, even doing acting, that taught me a lot. I was nervous. I was like, man, I don't really look like these other girls on screen. Mm-hmm. My size is kind of different. I'm a mom. Like, how's this gonna be? And by the way, see, that was Mental Metamorphosis. We on Mental Metamorphosis too now. I'm writing the second one.
Okay, yeah.
So in that one of my goals was to do 25 auditions, and I landed 5 roles. You know what I'm saying? In different short films, TV shows, and different stuff like that.
I want to go into that because I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
And she's an actor too.
Yes, I am.
She's an actor too. I forgot to, that put that in the intro.
It's okay.
But like, I do want to talk about that after we,
yeah, for sure.
Like, with the book. But she's writing Mental Metamorphosis 2 now.
Yes, guys. It's about to come out. And 3 started yesterday. So basically, it's just a series of 90-day journeys. Mm-hmm. And I'm just documenting what my day-to-day is like. Because the biggest thing is, we'll go online, we'll go on Instagram, and we see people like, oh, I made $30,000 in 90 days. Okay, so how did you do it?
Yeah, how you do it?
So people will sell you the fruit, but not the process.
Yeah. Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they'll be like, oh, yeah, I got grapes. How did you grow them?
Yeah, how you grow?
How did you grow all those grapes?
Or they got, like, programs out there where, like, they be like, I can show you right now. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? And that should just be like
just a whole bunch of information leading to nothing.
Yeah. That's just that's a hustle right there. You feel what I'm saying?
It is a hustle,
you know what I mean? So you got to know who and, who and what to to get into, because like I said, it's a lot of people, like it's like I forgot. I was listening to I forget his name. It's a guy. He was like a crazy, like, yeah, he's a hustler. Like, forget the guy's name. I gotta get better with that. Like, but basically he was saying that, like, how Instagram now is, like, when you see those things where people, like, trying to, sell a program and stuff like that. It was just like the same way how it used to be in the paper, where they was like, oh, you can make this much, all you got to do is do this. You feel what I'm saying?
It's just a platform.
Yeah, it's just a platform. But like, everything you see is not really good. It's not really, like, something that's going to get you, to be a millionaire as you see on there. You feel what I'm saying? You have to
and a lot of people are not honest too. Like, they'll tell you, oh, I can guarantee you'll be a millionaire. And that's not the truth, Right. They should more so say, like, I can guarantee I can show you the process. Right. I can guarantee you're going to make it, but I can show you what I do. But it's so much of them out there. It's like, who finna tell the truth? Right. Or who's really going to get me to where I need to be?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are, like, sugarcoating stuff. Yeah. They faking lifestyle. So you might think, okay, well, he really up on his game. Yeah. Whole time he renting a car or something like that. You just like, all right.
So you really have to do, like research. You gotta do like real intensive research on whatever profession that you want to go in. Like, True. You feel what I'm saying? Like, cause I gotta do that with this. Like, every day I'm, reading a book or doing this. Like, I can't go to no one step, podcast, but it's like, oh, let me, no, I don't want no summary of the shit.
Right, you
I
wanna
want
know
to know that, I
everything
want to know,
about it.
yeah, you feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, so, yeah, that's a big thing that you have to do. And let's talk about your act, man. Let's talk
Oh
about, you feel what I'm
goodness.
saying?
Okay, let's talk
your
about
act.
it.
Let's talk about like how you got started in the acting. And
So I've been acting on and off since I was 12.
Mm.
But it was more so like theater when I was in school because I went to a performing arts school. I kind of lost my drive in high school when I started doing culinary arts. And then when I became an adult again,
But
I would make
you
these,
became an adult
yeah,
twice.
Yo, I feel yo,
Oh
yo,
shit!
you caught me.
I ain't even know.
Yeah, I became an adult twice because
Oh,
low-key
shit.
when I started high school, I felt like an adult because that's another story for another day. But basically, when I got older, not an adult, but when I got older, I decided like I think this is something that I have a talent in, and this is something I want to do. I went ahead and went to this place called Class Act Studios. I did like a 12-week course with them to kind of warm up my skills and freshen me up.
Yeah.
Then I went, got some headshots, and I started applying for stuff. And at first, I was getting opportunities here and there, like little small stuff. And this year, on my second 90-day journey, and this is what I'm telling you, when you change the trajectory and become positive and confident, people see that. They see that. And so my goal was to do 25 auditions this year, and then I got 5 different roles. And it was just like, yo, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a thought the other day, and I wasn't sure if I could do it because I was worried about everything in the world.
Right.
My size, did I look okay? I'm short as hell. So I'm like, most actors might be average height. I let all these different thoughts, and they're valid thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I let all these thoughts kind of like discourage me. I was like, ah. But when you have that mindset, it's just like, go, just do it. Just do the audition, do it. And when I started getting callbacks, I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
So they feeling me. But yeah, that's what happened. So I have one of my first premieres in May. I think it's like end of May, where all the short films I did is gonna be on the big screen at the movie theater and the whole, giggling, da. Yeah.
Wait, so how do that work? Like you said all the short films and
Yeah, so I was a part of what's called Orlando Independent Filmmakers, I believe it is. And basically they have competitions every quarter to where screenwriters and filmmakers, they'll create these, films and stuff like that, and then they'll submit them for a challenge. And then, towards the end of the quarter or whatever quarter it is, they'll go ahead and submit them. And then there's like this whole big day where they show everybody. It's like a film festival almost. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody's film gets shown on that day.
Yeah.
So I was in 3 of those.
Oh shit.
So yeah, I'll go that day and
shit.
I'll see what I look like.
Yeah.
And then I've been in a TV series outside of that. I can't disclose too much information, but I will be in another show that's supposed to be on Tubi and Peacock. So, but that doesn't film until later this year. So that's something else.
So the one before that, what is that one called?
The shows I can't disclose the names of the
Oh,
shows
okay.
because of NDAs and stuff like that.
Oh shit! Yeah, you right.
It's a little bit of a different where I wish
I was trying to
could
get an exclusive for y'all.
I know, right? But if you want to see like acting of me right now, I do skits with the Doc 1 show. So that's on YouTube, y'all. If you look up the Doc #1 show, you'll see like a whole bunch of skits that I participated in. If you're just trying to see like what my everyday acting looks like. So that's pretty much something that's like, more mainstream on YouTube and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean it's different. Acting is different, but it's fun.
That's what's up. You
get to be somebody else every single time. I love that.
So do you carry your acting on in your personal
my life?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See?
Every day.
See?
Every day. That's what makes me so great.
See niggas say she fucking with y'all. She fucking with y'all.
You would have to know me for real to know the genuine me. But I mean, the truth is, a lot of us, we don't do it intentionally. But if I was feeling sad right now or something happened to me before I came in here, I'm not finna walk in here and be sitting here like this, like,
right.
Like, I'm gonna come and put on, you feel me? Because we doing the damn thing. Yes, that's a part of acting, is putting your best foot forward. And it's literally, you ever hear when they say fake it till you make it?
Yeah.
So it's a weird saying and it sounds fake as fuck and it sounds phony.
Yeah.
But sometimes we have to do that to get ourselves in zone. Cause like you said, some days we might not go to the gym, but you gonna walk in that bit like, yo, I'm finna lift weights today.
Yeah.
You gonna put that music on that's gonna get you hype.
Yeah.
And you kind of gotta get yourself up to that level to where you're like, okay, I got this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got this. It's no longer a negative thought. So that's my perception on it. So some people might be like, oh, she's always giggly, she's always happy, but it's like, you know, eventually I'll be meaning it for real.
That's that's what's up, man. That's what's up. She, man, this girl, she got so many hacks, so many hats, so many things she got going on.
Jackie of all trades.
Jackie of all. You
Jackie.
You can't say Jack.
You gotta say Jackie.
Jackie of all trades. That's her new
Exactly.
name. But like, I do want to end it with this question, right? This is another thought-provoking question. You know what I'm saying? What is I ain't gonna say one thing because you could say a bunch of things.
Right.
Whatever thing that you is the best thing. Mm-hmm. What is things that you think that we can do to change this, to change the world or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Let's say the world.
Be more positive.
Yeah.
I talk about that a lot. Being positive is a domino effect. It is so important to be positive. It sounds simple, but let's just say, I look at it like this. Let's say I get pissed off in the morning. I go to Dunkin' Donuts. I go catch an attitude with Shorty who's serving my order. Now she catching an attitude with the next customer she's serving. That person go to their husband and they squabbling. He go to work and he being mean to his coworker. And before you know it, you done created 50 angry people just by your one negative act. Be more positive.
Yeah.
Now I could go be nice to the same person. She gonna be happy as hell. Give somebody a free donut. They just go to work like, I got a free donut. You want one? And it creates 50 people of positive people. You know what I'm saying? So I look at being positive as one of the most important and vital things you can do in your life, because although we cannot change the whole world, if we can do it for one person, they can spread that love down the line. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we can never change the whole world as much as we want to because we're one person. Right. But if we could be positive, it could change a multitude of people. I strongly believe that.
Exactly. Like being positive within yourself and that shit, like, just like,
it just
your
radiates.
Aura just be your aura just be that. You feel what I'm saying? So when you walk in a room, you ain't even gotta say shit.
Yeah,
like your aura just,
it's just
that,
there.
and it
You're
just make
right.
people like, hey, what's up, man? Like,
yeah,
you feel
like
it
they
just
can't
make
help
people
it.
like, because it's been a lot of rooms that, you know, like I walked in or somebody walked in and they be like, you could tell like, yo, that's a positive person. You
yeah,
know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
You just see them and you look at them.
Yeah.
The way they walk, the way they smile, the way they greet people in the room. It's like, oh.
Okay. Yeah. So
I feel you. So be positive is one, and then being consistent. Yeah. And being consistent, I say that a lot, but be consistent with the right steps. I tell people I can consistently go to Twisty Treat and get an ice cream cone every day. Absolutely.
Right.
But that's not the right steps for where I want to be per se.
Right.
I'm trying to lose weight, you know what I'm saying? So that wouldn't be a good consistent thing to do. So I want to consistently go to the gym instead.
Right.
So be consistent, but with the right steps.
Right.
That's important.
Yeah. I mean, that's big too. Consistency, because whatever, being consistency and being positive. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like that consistency that goes with a lot of things, like within your lifestyle, whatever if that's
your habits, going to the gym, your goals, habits, all that. Anything you're working towards,
Yeah. So I mean that's it. That's a big. That's it. Oh man, this was so fun.
It was great.
Yeah, this was so fun. I mean, we talked about the books that she have and how she got started, and like just a background on all of the thoughts that she had, when she was making these creating these books and stuff like that. Then we talked about her acting. You feel what I'm saying? Like I gotta apologize because I was supposed to put that in.
Oh no,
in the
it's
intro.
Okay.
You feel what I'm
okay.
saying? I was supposed to put that in the intro
best
because they need to know.
For last.
Yeah, definitely. They gonna be like, oh shit, she was an actor. That's why y'all gotta watch the whole thing. You
so
feel
you
what
can
I'm
see the
saying?
end.
Yeah,
right here where we at.
You feel what I'm saying? But yo, I appreciate you so much.
Thank
for
you.
Being on
and
here.
I appreciate the opportunity. I think that what you're doing is remarkable. I think it's different.
Yeah.
I feel like it can change a lot of people's lives because a lot of us consume a lot on Instagram that ain't positive.
Yeah.
So y'all need to watch the All the Rap podcast and get all the rap.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It makes so much sense. Get all the rap.
Yeah.
Not all the stuff that's out there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
definitely. She put it in a nutshell. I fuck with that. She put it, that's a good way to
for
put it,
sure.
man. I appreciate you. So, yeah, we going to end it here. I thank y'all so much for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. We out.